Hey there, and welcome to my Christmas 2018, I guess you call it pickup video. Now this will be coming earlier than I would normally intend because I haven't done January through December Blu-ray pickups and such, which normally would come before this. But the lovely Leslie loves when I talk about things that she gets me. So she was demanding that I get this video done and out there ASAP. So some of the things that I got. Okay, first up, I got this. I believe this was from my mom. It's like a black sweatery type thing. I'm almost sure she got me something like, if not this exact same thing, like something very similar to it, like years before. So, yeah, she does have a tendency to get similar type things. So we got some t-shirts here, and these are baby related. There will probably be a baby update or something video sometime eventually when we get around to it. But yes, I make cute babies, and well, we have not actually seen the baby because the baby's still growing inside Leslie's belly. There's no denying I make cute babies. It's just a fact of life. I don't make ugly. And then there's this one here, which is I think Leslie has something, you know, with the bump or something, and I'm the man behind the bump. So, of course, this t-shirt, I'm gonna have to start wearing this one because it only lasts so long before there's no bump left, and then there you go. Emily got me some body wash. I think I may have that up in the bathroom already. Is it down here? I don't know. No, no, it's here. Here it is. Got me some Adidas body wash and some shave gel, and oddly enough, I'm out of shave gel, so I actually needed this. So hey, it's not every day you actually get a gift that you actually need. That's good. And Sarah, with her limited amount of funds, got me the Grocery Gang, one of the new Time Wars fizzy toilets, which is awesome. I really do. Should I start buying, like, collecting these Grocery Gangs? It's a lot of money to go through. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy a bunch of them. Who knows? But that's good. Nothing wrong with that. My Christmas Eve present was this Lego Magicus, which Leslie got for free. I don't know if we don't know if all the parts are in here or not, but there is some Lego in here, and yeah, that's what I got for Christmas Eve. Let's see what else is here that. Oh yes. Got some gift cards, some Games Workshop gift cards, and some restaurant gift cards. So food in my belly, and some new models is always good. And then my sister had a really weird bunch of presents. She got me this beard brush because, you know, like I don't know, I've never had a beard. Like, this is about as close as I get to like a beard. I don't know. I think she got this for free at one of a trade show or something, and I think that's how I ended up with it, because I have more of a beard than her husband does. And then she got me this Face and Body Philips One Blade. It's like a beard trimmer, again, but she did say her brother-in-law, you know, my brother-in-law's brother, over in England, he shaves his head like bald, and he uses one of these to actually do it, and he loves it. And my brother-in-law, her husband, also has one of these and loves it. So that's why she got this, you know, from both of them to me. So we'll have to see. I don't know. It says it shaves, so I don't know. We'll see. They also got me a new book, Tolkien's The Lay of Outro and Itrun. So that's always awesome. I love to add some more books to my Tolkien collection. And speaking of books, Leslie's been on kind of a Facebook marketplace and Kijiji and all that kind of stuff, like spree ever since, baby time. So, whatever we can get for free or really cheap or stuff like that, she does. And she, I guess she found these and decided to give them to me for Christmas. So first we got the Nitpicker's Guide for the Next Generation Trekkies. And then we've got the Nitpicker's Guide for Classic Trekkers. And then we've got Star Trek Memories and Star Trek Movie Memories from William Shatner and Chris Kresge. So, yeah, she kind of went on this Star Trek theme, which was funny. It was awesome. I knew I was opening books pretty quickly, so it was quite funny opening up all these things and seeing all this Star Trek stuff, especially considering she doesn't like any what she calls the star thingies. She doesn't like Star Wars or Star Trek. So yeah, it was quite funny that that's what she ended up getting me. She also got me this, and you may not be able to tell, but it's chopsticks. Nice metallic chopsticks in a nice metal case. And she got me these because I had asked for chopsticks last year, I think maybe it was last year or the year before, I can't remember. And she had ordered some, but they turned out to be kid chopsticks. So they were like this big. And we have them, and I do use them, but they can be a little difficult to manage to use sometimes. Still functional, but it's just one of those things. So yeah, she got me some new chopsticks, and that being said, it wasn't the only thing she got me. She got me lots and lots and lots of gifts. So we are going to go through these things one by one here, because they are all sorts of different levels of awesome. All sorts of different levels of awesome. We'll start with this one. Continuing on with star thingies, we got Star Trek 40 Years of Star Wars, includes book of the film and doodle book. Yes, so this is Star Wars A New Hope doodle book and Star Wars A New Hope, the novel. I have not read Star Wars, so something there. She also got me one of the television show I often mention, and when I opened up, she was like, I can't remember if you said you wanted it or if you just talk about it a lot or what, but it was cheap. So, well, it wasn't cheap, but it was greatly reduced in price. So she picked me up the complete Murder, She Wrote box set, which, yes, I love Murder, She Wrote. I grew up watching Murder, She Wrote. It's one of those things where, both her and I do like murder mystery type thing. She's very much into the true crime stuff. I like, I'm currently watching Sherlock Holmes, the BBC show. But yeah, she, Murder, She Wrote, loved it growing up. She also got me this, which is pretty awesome. It seems like it's a standalone playable version of Trivial Pursuit. It's the horror movie edition. So we will definitely play that one together. Both lovers of horror movies. Should be fun. Moving on to the movies, she got me the collector's edition of Trick or Treat. Great film, great release, and the 5-film set Miramax Classic Blu-ray release for The Prophecy. Yes, all 5 Prophecy films on Blu-ray here. And I don't even think I've seen all of the Prophecy movies, to be honest with you. I know I've seen like the first one, I've seen the second one, probably saw the third one, don't know about the fourth and fifth. Not available in Canada, ordered in. She got me these, and yes, she definitely knows what I like, because I like me some Taco Bell. Yes, 2 bottles of Taco Bell sauce, the mild salsa, or mild sauce. It's not really salsa, because as much as I do like, you know, spicy things from time to time, I find the mild sauce has more flavor than their spicy. So I prefer the spicy, because really all it does is give you spicy, and I don't like spicy for the sake of spicy. I like spicy when it has more flavor, and that is not, in my opinion, the case with the Taco Bell sauces. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. You could be completely the opposite. You may think the spicy stuff has more flavor. I just disagree with you. Then the 2, I guess, yeah, these would be the 2 big gifts, which are just, I mean, as if it hasn't been awesome enough already, right? Like, Leslie does spoil me. She does tend to get a lot of stuff that's not on my list, because she asks for a list, so she knows what I want. And this year I mean, outside of this, I don't think anything else was on my list, except for I did have a lot of miniature arcade games and stuff like that I figured, hey, you know what? These are out right now. They're relatively cheap. Why don't you pick one of those? No, she went above and beyond and got me the C64 Mini. Now, I had a Commodore 64 growing up. She had a Commodore 64 growing up. So this is, I'm sure, as much for her as it is for me, in a sense, because one of the stipulations before, it had an actual thing on the box. It said, you must promise something before you open this, and she said you must promise that you'll actually open it and use it, because she thinks that I don't open things and use it. And that is kind of true for certain things. I mean, I've got lots of action figures and stuff, and I don't open them. But when it comes to video games, yes, I do want to play them. I just don't have the time. So this is the one thing I do love about these systems that they put out. You just plug them in to the television and you can play. This, of course, only has the one joystick. And I explained that to her. I was like, well, most of the games, if you think about it, were a lot of one-player type things, because you're on a computer. Now, there are a lot of 2-player games, and I think there are even some that are here. Winter Games is a 2-player game. California Games was a 2-player game. And a lot of them were one after the other. Some of them were, running and stuff like that with the summer games. You would compete against each other directly, but a lot of the games were one person would play and then the second person would play. So it's not completely out of the line to only have one joystick. And I could be... No, it has summer games too here, so... Yeah. It's definitely some 2-player games going on here, so... I wonder if you can get a secondary joystick to it. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, I've heard some bad stuff about the C64 Mini, but I've also heard bad stuff about the PlayStation Mini. Part of the problem with the C64 Mini, and I think I watched a video from the makers of it, is licensing. They were having troubles getting, not necessarily the software for it, but the license to be able to actually put it out. You have to pay, you can't just put whatever you want on these things. You have to pay the people who made them in order to do that. And that was one of the problems they were having. The other problem is a lot of the stuff that was released for Commodore in terms of North American markets, there were also a lot of things released outside of North American markets. And I have heard that some of the games on here were never in North America. They were only in England, and therefore nobody knows about them. I don't know which ones those are, because I'm looking at some of these and I'm like, I know these games. I know a lot of these games, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's a UK version, and maybe there's an American version, and maybe there's a Canadian version. I don't know. I just know I did see some reviews about this, and that's what they were saying. So, 64 classic games. Most of them seem to be familiar to me in terms of names. So, yeah, looking forward to trying this sucker out. Should be lots of fun. And then something I would never expect to get. The big gift. It came in a box, and the box was full of foam, to give you some kind of idea. But yes, the signed autograph edition of Misery. What is it called? The illustrated edition, I think it is. So this has like pictures and stuff like that inside it, and it's not signed by Stephen King. No, apparently that edition was like $500 or more or something like that. This is signed by Rick Barry and Dave Christensen, who I believe are the two artists behind, who did all the artwork for this particular release. So, I mean, Stephen King's still alive. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to track him down and get him to sign this as well. Or maybe he'll sign another book. I don't know. But, yeah. This is cool. It's not something I ever would have thought of getting. Like, not for myself, not for anything. Which is why Leslie, she goes beyond anything I would imagine ever getting. Because, when it comes to books, I'm generally just, hardcover, try and get a first edition type thing, if you can. But, yeah, I mean, Misery, it's funny, I haven't read the book, but in my mind, it is my favorite Stephen King book. I don't know how that works. I just think, I've seen a lot of the films. I've read a few of the books. I haven't read a lot of... I didn't grow up reading the Stephen King books. I know a lot of people who did. I didn't start reading them until I was in university. And even then, I was more into Anne Rice. So I was reading a lot of Anne Rice. And then, every once in a while I would throw in and read a Stephen King book. But, yeah, when it comes to Stephen King stuff, for some reason, even though I've never read it, I think Misery is my favorite. I've seen the movie, and maybe that's what I'm basing it on. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like everybody has their favorite Stephen King books, and I don't think I ever told Leslie that Misery was like my favorite book, or possibly my favorite book. But yeah, she got me that all the same, and that's that's what I love about her, right? Like, she gets me stuff. She listens to what I'm into, and she knows what I'm into, and she goes out above and beyond and gets, like things that are, you just don't see. My mom used to do these things. Now my mom doesn't do that so much. She used to get me really like weird things based off of stuff I was into. And now I get money and a gift card and a sweater. She's got grandkids to deal with, right? So when it comes to presents, that's what she concentrates on, and I don't fault her for that whatsoever. So yeah, I've got my Leslie. She fills the void with fantastic presents. So yeah, let me know what you think of anything that I got there. Is there something that you didn't even know existed, and now you want? Let me know down below. Sorry, you can't have mine. They are my presents. But yeah, is there anything that you got for Christmas that you think I should know about, or you want to tell me about, or you just think is so awesome that everybody needs to know about? Comment down below. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.